Okay, good morning. Today we are going to learn about the fun project that goes along with chapter 7 in social studies. We're going to get started on it today. We'll finish reading for our chapter on Monday I think Monday of next week. We have art next week, Wednesday. We're looking at having the test next week, Friday. So this project, we're introducing it today. We're going to have it finished by next Friday when we take the test. So we'll have some time in class to work on it. You might want to work on it outside of class. So I'm introducing it today so you can be thinking about it, maybe working on it over the weekend, getting a plan together. So that way we can have it due next week, Friday. So what you're going to do today is kind of the prep work for our project. We talked yesterday about the recruiting, trying to get people into Minnesota and why we wanted people to come to Minnesota, the different kinds of people that were trying to get to Minnesota, how they were getting here. So today we're going to look at the investigation in our book. It starts on page 140. So if you look on page 140, it's called Writing Home, Writing Minnesota. And
Edward Kinney and Lexi Hendricks, please.
So these 5 pages have different recruitment things. It could be, one of them is called Immigration Up the Mississippi River. It's an advertisement. There's another one called Minnesota Cure for the Panic. Another advertisement. Then there's a guidebook, Minnesota and its resources. There's another guidebook called Ho for the West. There's a letter that David Humphrey wrote to his friends, a letter that Friedrich Schmitz wrote to his parents, a letter that Theodore Boast wrote to his parents, a letter that Gary Sanders Daters wrote to his friends. So what you're going to do is as you read the different pieces, you're going to fill in the reasons that they gave to move to Minnesota. What was talked about? What kind of words were they using? What kind of examples were they given? So you're going to get this paper. So those of you at home are going to be working on the digital document. Those in the classroom are going to work on the paper, filling in why they thought that people should move to Minnesota. So as you're reading, you're going to be filling it in, getting ideas from what they did, from what they were saying, on what you could put in your own document to recruit people to Minnesota. So step 2 that we're going to be working on over the weekend and next week is creating your own promotional poster, brochure, or guidebook. So you're going to be getting ideas from what people in the past actually did, and you're going to make your own. It could be a poster, it could be a brochure, it could be a guidebook. You can work on this on your own. So if you are one of my friends at home and you know you're going to be gone for a good chunk of next week, work on it on your own. If you're one of my friends at home that you know you're going to be back on Monday, see if over the weekend, see if there's somebody who doesn't have a partner yet, or on Monday when you come, we'll see if anybody who doesn't have a partner yet wants to partner up. But what you're working on today, you can do on your own, filling in all of these blanks, getting an idea of what you would want to do for your own poster, brochure, or guidebook. If you're in class and you want to partner with someone, you guys can talk. Hey, this is what I found for all of these pieces. We're going to work on our own to start. Then once you have all of those sections filled in, everybody's filling in those sections, then you can see if there's somebody that you could partner with and start getting ideas for what you would put on your poster, a guidebook, or a brochure. you can do these, we're going to be doing these by hand. So I will have poster paper that you could do if, I'm thinking about this. Actually, we can do it by hand or digitally. So I'll give you that choice, because if you're gonna do a brochure, you might wanna use the brochure layouts that they have on the computer, or if you're doing a guidebook. Okay, so we could do it by hand or digitally. Yeah, but you want to keep in mind that you're going to use historical details and facts, including reasons given by the recruiters and immigrants for moving to Minnesota. So these examples that you take from up above, those are some things you want to include. You want to include maps, sketches, poems, songs, or other visuals to make your recruiting tool appealing to prospective immigrants. We truly want people to come to Minnesota. So make it look nice. Presentation matters. So if you're just gonna slap something on the paper and not care what it looks like, it's not gonna get a good score. Okay, make sure you're doing a good job. People are not gonna wanna come to Minnesota if they see a paper that they can't read. Correct spelling. Pictures, make it visually appealing. Adding things in there that will attract people. So if you're going to do it by hand, it needs to be written nicely. Look as authentic as possible. So when we look at the flyer that they have here on page 141, look at the style of print that they're using. Okay. They're not going to use something that screams 2021. We want it to look like it was from the 1850s and 60s. We want it to look old. So if you're doing it digitally, what can you do to it to make it look old? If you're doing it by hand, what can you do to the paper to make it look like it's authentic? Molly.
You could use a font that looks older.
Yeah, checking out the different fonts available. Okay, thinking about the pictures that you're going to use. If you're going to get a picture from digitally, do you want anime? No, they didn't have that back in the 1860s. So you have to think, what would they have used 170 years ago? Okay, so think it through. You want it to look like it came from the 1850s and 60s. So they did have print. Okay, they had newspapers, so I will let you do it digitally, but it needs to look like that old style. So for today, you're filling in all of these boxes on your own. By next week, Friday, we need to have this project done. So you're gonna submit it on this assignment on Google Classroom. So Friday, January 21st, everybody has this assignment. So I'm passing out the paper. If you want to handwrite all of your stuff in the classroom, those at home can type it in on the digital document. Okay, it's easier for me if we have the paper copy, so that's easier for me to grade. So in the classroom, we're going to do the paper copy. All right, so with that, I'm going to tell my friends at home to enjoy planning what they're going to do for this project. And if you have any questions, reach out to me. I hope you are doing well, and we look forward to seeing you soon.